Hi everyone, my name is Rajat Pier and I am a student of University of Dallas. Today I am here to present my project which talks about burglary incidents in and around Dallas. The name of the project is If You Want to Sleep in Peace, Wake Up. Let me just go through the slides. We talk about the introduction, data source analysis and the conclusion that could draw on the data set. The key aim of our analysis was to gain understanding of the trends in burglary that are happening in around Dallas area in the recent years. As we know, crime affects any person emotionally as well as physically. Everyone wants to live in an environment which is crime free or low in crime. No one wants to be hassled by crime that is being taking place in and around him. Everyone wants a safe and nurturing environment for their family. And that was the primary reason that I took up this project. And this research would help Dallas Police Department, numerous social and non-profit organizations, or even elderly persons who are staying in and around Dallas to find out what is the trend of crime that is happening in and around them, to be more aware if they would be affected by burglary or not. So it basically talks about evolving trends of the crime in the Dallas area. The data was taken from the Dallas Open Data Portal, and the data was provided by Dallas Police itself. The data is being updated on a regular basis. It basically is they are the first reported incidents filed by people, and the data is being continuously updated as and when there is a progress on the cases. And the data consists of 99k rows and 100 columns, and it spreads from June 2014 till date. The first insight that we could find out was that burglary had a significant decrease in the last 1 year. We can see in 2017 and 2018. 2017 is more than double the crime that has happened, or the burglary that has happened, than 2018. So we see a significant decrease that burglary has happened. And in the next slide we talk about the type of incidents that are happening, whether it is burglary of habitation where the person stays, whether it's a force or it is no force entry, it is whether it's a burglary of building, or the top is the burglary of motor vehicles. And this analysis would really help the Dallas Police Department, as well as we can the DMV. They could take up more ownership and maybe talk to different owners or agencies that sell vehicles, dealers, and talk about enforcing some measures which would help to deter the crime. Here we can see that there are some crimes which are theft of property and even criminal mischief for cash which is less than $500 to $750. So even those are included in that. And we try to find whether there are any hotspots, where there is frequent burglary happening. We can find out that single family residences are the target of most robbery that is happening in the Dallas area. And apart from that, we see parking lots, apartment parking, buildings, commercially buildings, storage facilities, retail stores, also gas service stations, convenience store also coming into the report. We try to find out if there was a difference in the complaints that were given by man and the woman, if we can find out any significant trend in them. But we could see that it's almost same, although our data lacked other information which would have actually helped us to see determine if the crime was targeted towards a particular gender. Like someone would see that there's a single parent at home, maybe a woman and a man, and they would purposely target them. So there was no way that we could actually validate whether that was a 10, but we wanted to check who raised the complaint and all, what was the proportion that was divided in them. So that was the reason that we did this. And then we even tried to find out the zip codes where the highest burglaries happen. Doing this would help us to pinpoint those zip codes in which we could see that there is a large pattern of crime happening over and over place. I agree that there might be a counter argument that we did not look into the population of that zip code. Maybe a zip code like 75217, which shows it has a 5933 incidents. It might be a bigger zip code. So yeah, that argument is there, but we just dwelled into the data and tried to find out which zip code had more incidences. Maybe in the future we could implement some measures like install more CCTV cameras at intersections or crossroads where we see that more crime is happening, or maybe create crime watch groups. Maybe ask the police to increase some more patrolling, or maybe even encourage citizens to do a citizen's arrest in those particular areas if they see some suspicious activities that are being involved. So I mean, there's a lot that we could do with this. And here we could see that 75217 stands at the top with 5933 incidents. I thought it might be interesting. And in the end, I would like to say that we could see that the motor vehicle theft was the topmost crime that was happening in Dallas. Then single family residences along with apartment complexes comprised the biggest chunk of frequent crime spots, when they were frequently targeted for crimes being committed. And yes, the year 2016 had more than 25,000 burglary related calls. But yes, we could see that it significantly decreased down over a particular years. And we would suggest installing more CCTV cameras in crime infested areas, alley, street, cross station, or parking lots where we see these incidences happening more and more. And yes, and apart from that, as I said, we can request the Dallas PD to maybe increase patrolling in some particular areas, or maybe installing some cameras over those areas. And even what we could do is keep people informed of key places where these things are happening as and when, so that even they are aware of the surroundings that they are in, and they will take those measures which need to be taken, because it always makes sense that even if people are aware, these things can be averted. And here we talk about the data source that was given here, and since the project was done in Power BI, so I just gave a link where we can go ahead and see what the results I have published. And that brings me to the end of my project. I would welcome any comments if you have, or anything that you have. You can just write it down, and I will try to answer those as soon as possible. And thank you very much. That's all.